The phrase "rich people buy time, poor people sell time" has become a cornerstone of many financial discussions, particularly within personal finance and entrepreneurial circles. It is often followed by some variation of "don't trade your time for money," suggesting that working for a wage is inherently flawed. The implication is that exchanging hours for dollars is a losing strategy, a concept that, while appealing in theory, falls apart under practical scrutiny. The message behind these statements is usually that one's income potential is capped when limited by the number of hours in a day. This perspective argues that relying solely on active income is a financially vulnerable position, especially if unforeseen events prevent an individual from continuing to work. Additionally, it's difficult to sell the idea of working for money as a course or product unless it's wrapped in a broader educational or institutional context, such as formal college education. This reality is often omitted from the message. The supposed alternative to trading time for money is framed around passive income, business ownership, or unconventional lifestyles. These paths are frequently presented as superior. But while the phrase may have some merit in specific cases, applying it as blanket advice is misguided. For the vast majority, it's not only misleading, it's entirely unrealistic. Most people, even those considered wealthy, earn their income through a structured exchange of time for money. This narrative, often pushed by hustle culture, reinforces the belief that working a traditional job is inadequate. It implies that having a side hustle or starting a business is the only way to get ahead financially. While this may hold some truth in certain economic contexts, the broader message discredits the very real value and stability provided by conventional employment. Jobs not only offer predictable income, but often come with benefits, professional development, and long-term financial growth. Even those with high incomes, such as doctors, lawyers, and engineers, are technically selling their time. Their pay rates may be significantly higher, but the core transaction remains the same: time in exchange for money. Similarly, gig workers, freelancers, and contract workers are also part of this equation. Though their income may vary and the link between hours and earnings is less direct, they too are exchanging effort and availability for compensation. A less acknowledged but common example of selling time inefficiently involves spending hours engaging in low-return activities, clipping coupons, avoiding toll roads, or hosting garage sales. While these may seem financially savvy on the surface, they often yield less money than one could earn by simply working extra hours. For those trying to stretch their budgets, these efforts can be counterproductive. Unless done for enjoyment or necessity, they represent poor value for the time invested. Conversely, some individuals make the opposite mistake. They overvalue their time. There are simple actions, such as renegotiating insurance, canceling unused subscriptions, or applying for a new credit card with a generous sign-up bonus, that can save more money than an extra hour of work. These tasks take little time and offer significant financial benefits, yet are often overlooked. The most financially effective decisions sometimes involve small-time investments with disproportionately large returns. Young people are often told to focus on passive income as a way to secure their future. But for most, the first and best use of their time is increasing their income through skills and qualifications. A few hundred or $1,000 invested in specialized training or certification can often lead to dramatically higher earnings. This is more impactful than attempting to build passive income from small investments or speculative strategies like day trading, which may yield poor returns and waste valuable time. Even for those who pursue entrepreneurship, the notion that one can stop selling time for money is largely an illusion, especially in the early stages. Founders are often responsible for every aspect of the business, from product development to marketing, operations, and customer service. Building a business requires intense time and energy. The most successful entrepreneurs learn to identify where their time creates the most value and delegate everything else. This is how businesses scale beyond the capacity of one person. A frequent mistake among small business owners is either trying to handle everything themselves or outsourcing only the tasks they dislike. Real growth happens when time is managed according to value. A designer who owns a business but lacks management skills should bring in an experienced operator to handle logistics. A business strategist with no design skills should hire creatives to build the product. Regardless of personal enjoyment, tasks should be delegated based on skill and value, not preference. The idealized version of passive income promoted online often overlooks these complexities. Wealthy individuals are praised for earning money while they sleep, and figures like Warren Buffett are quoted as saying, "If you don't make money while you sleep, you'll never be wealthy." While there is some truth to this statement, it is context dependent. Buffett, for instance, is speaking to an audience that has already achieved financial success and is in a position to prioritize investment income. The average person is not choosing between passive investing and active income. They are trying to increase their earnings to meet their basic needs. Many online influencers who promote anti-job rhetoric are doing so because it aligns with their brand or helps sell courses. These individuals often glorify entrepreneurship and investing while downplaying the realities of risk, time, and effort. While a small portion of them are well-intentioned, most provide generic advice that fails to account for personal context, age, income, obligations, goals, and resources. Good financial strategy is never one-size-fits-all. Eventually, everyone will need to earn income that doesn't require constant effort, particularly in retirement. But for most people, the journey to that point involves actively working, developing skills, and increasing the value of their labor. Working a job is not a failure. It's a practical foundation for financial independence. Even the most successful investors and business owners usually began by selling their time in a highly valuable way. The key is not to avoid trading time for money, but to ensure that one's time becomes increasingly valuable. That value can be enhanced through education, experience, delegation, and strategic choices. Understanding this allows individuals to grow their income, build savings, invest wisely, and eventually achieve financial freedom. At its core, everyone is selling their time in some way. The challenge is to make sure that time is being sold at the best possible price and for the right reasons. Mastering this balance is one of the most reliable paths to long-term wealth and financial well-being. This is why trading your time for money might actually be smart. Thanks for watching InvestingFlix. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment below. For more expert insights on personal finance, investing, and wealth building, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out.